What you did not see was our current champion, Glenn Meece, rolling a strike on lane number 9 to begin our match. This is Brian Himmler's first frame.
And he matches Glenn Meece's strike with one of his own, the 16-year-old Brian Himmler. And this is the biggie. This is the one we've been talking about happening. Himmler against Meece.
The average age only being about 17 and a half.
Exactly. The two
17-and-a-half-year-olds averaging over 220
They're
between
awesome.
them.
Both of them. Just totally awesome.
The top two young bowlers in the city.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Stone cold 9. Brian Himmler. Let's look at it here. The ball will break sharply through the pocket, taking the 5-pin, middle screen, second row back, straight back, but yet there's the 9. There you see it. Now you don't.
We're doing a little figuring here, Dave. Brian Himmler, 16, Glenn Meece, 19. You know, their ages together probably don't quite add up to yours.
Oh, thanks. Where's George? They're going to find George in a drainage tile here someplace soon. You keep that up.
You mean I don't know about all your business ties, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
You better watch that.
That's what you do.
I'll make you an offer you can't understand.
Yeah, pair of concrete boots.
Glenn Meece, right-hand lane, going through early and paying the maximum penalty with a 4-6-7-10. The first time that our king has been faced with a deficit this early in the match. Let's see how he responds for the next 8 frames. Can he forget about it? Can he execute? Can he make a good shot here in frame number 3? What do you think, George?
I think he will.
I think that was a good choice.
Nope, I don't.
A little.
Can I take that back? A
little amped up and possibly a little bit of adrenaline with that open caused him to throw the ball harder, leaving the 2-5-7, a split that is not that difficult, but nobody wants to shoot when your opponent has a double and you've got strike open. Got to hit the 2-pin, the one in the front, a little bit. He's going at it differently. Ooh,
it worked.
Not the way you typically shoot it, huh, Jen?
No, not at all. But a spare nonetheless.
Brian Himmler looking to really open this thing up early. Started with a strike in the first, a strike in the second. Looking to make it 3 in the third.
The grimace. Does the grimace pay off?
Yes, it does.
Absolutely awesome. It's going to be very interesting for everyone to watch how a bowler like Glenn Meece, who has had a lot of success, obviously, the last 4 weeks, is going to respond to having his back pinned to the wall by someone who he considers an adversary, you know, from the same age group, same talent ratios, same list of credits. Let's going to see how he responds. But Brian Himmler responds with a perfect shot, leaving the 10-pin. Take a look at it here if you would, George. The 6-pin, second one from the right-hand side of your screen, is the pin that does not do its job, but Brian did his. Stone cold 10 brings Brian's streak to an end at 3 in a row. Lets Glenn Meece have a little bit of breathing room.
He holds the 10.
33 pins. Our king is in the rears at this time, but we got a lot of paper left. A strike here would make it 23, and he could go on from there. But Brian Himmler, we've seen before that he is absolutely tough in the clutch. What do you think? Made a ball change.
Yes, he did.
Made a ball change. Went with a ball that's going to go further down the lane. It did exactly what he wanted to do, and the 5-pin, second one back in the middle, goes in front. He knows he made a good shot. Now here you're just going to miss it, but that's the 5-pin rolling off into the channel late. Leaves a late 7-pin. Great head as far as thinking about the game, and he is making some moves out there that we cannot believe.
Glenn Meece, our 4-time king, getting in a little bit of trouble here. Down by 34 pins, but it's only the 5th frame. So a long ways to go, and as you mentioned, Dave, in our last match, you can make up 30 pins in a hurry.
Look out.
But you're not going to make it up like that.
Glenn Meece, the first time he's been faced with any sort of realistic challenge in the last 4 years, responded with a great ball change last frame, and then this frame not executing as well as we would think he might, cutting through, leaving the 6, 9, 10, and making it with a little bit of enthusiasm.
It's the first time we've seen him struggle. Usually he's been stringing the strikes, occasional spares. This is the first time we've seen Glenn struggle a little bit.
Well, George, keep in mind that Glenn has always been in the front of the pack. He's always been running, and his opponent, other than Rika Kalpas 2 weeks ago, has never really come into the championship match completely lined up. Brian Himmler is obviously lined up. 5 frames. He's thrown 5 perfect shots, and he's only carried 4 out of those 5, and right now he's carrying a 37-pin lead into the 6th frame, and the strike up working.
Right, so a chance to add to that lead right here in the 6th.
The eyes tell you what he wants to do. He wants to murder these pins.
Once again.
Solid 10.
2 solid 10s this game. Besides that, just perfection. Next week, the qualifier is going to be out at your old stomping grounds, Glenmore Bowl in Cheviot.
In Cheviot.
Yes.
Cheviot.
My mother's from Cheviot and very proud of it.
Another French pronunciation.
I'll tell you, last week we're getting into French. This week, George, I didn't know you were that kind of a continental kind of guy. Huh?
Yeah, well, I can surprise even a bowling guru like yourself, Dave.
Yeah, let's see if Glenn Meece can surprise a few people and throw a good shot here on the right-hand lane. Lane 10, he is in a must-strike situation in the next couple of frames to apply any pressure. Needs a strike here for 82 in the 5th, which would make him 18 under or behind average of 200, and he throws an absolutely great shot. The thing that you'd really like to see, Jennifer, I think you'll agree, is somebody that thinks on their feet. Making a ball change in the middle of a championship match is an accomplishment, even if it doesn't work out well.
Certainly is, sir. I would totally agree with that.
And he's just 19 years old.
We better check IDs here.
Yeah, well.
Glenn, he knows he needs this strike to put any kind of pressure at all on Brian Himmler, and he throws a great shot there. I'll tell you what, he went with what got him here so far, and that's the powerful striking ball. Watch it here. The release, power, the ball churning, head pin to the left-hand wall, comes off, takes out the 4, and then into the 7, and the 5 is out of here. Brian Himmler knows that he hasn't got this match won yet, but he is in control. Right-hand lane, Brian Himmler. Spare working. It's there.
Got them all.
George, I'm telling you, between these two, they have more talent than I've seen in a long time in any one particular match. Glenn Meece, you're looking at him there. The score sheet shows that he is behind, but there's 3 frames left. Anything can happen. But Brian Himmler has filled the pocket perfectly. That's not easy to say. Pocket perfectly for 8 frames.
Well, the junior at Anderson Senior High School is popping along pretty good here in our championship match.
259, the potential for Brian Himmler, the potential for our champion, Glenn Meece, 232. Now, in case you get involved in match play competition at home, if you are Glenn Meece, the only thing you have to think about now is to make a physically good shot. You cannot be concerned with the score, and you respond like that, and you're going to be in good shape. You might not win. You might not win, George, but you're going to be a player.
That's what it's all about.
27 pins back, Glenn Meece could cut it to 17 with a strike in the all-important 9th frame. The lane that he's not been overly comfortable with. What in the world is he saying to him?
He's chewing somebody out.
Man.
Getting pumped up here in the 9th.
Bite the lip, and away we go. Look out.
Buries it.
Oh, do we have some reaction on that shot? Cuts the lead to 17 pins. Glenn Meece, great, great shot. Here we go. He knows he needs it. His back's against the wall. Does he throw a good shot? I'll let you be the judge. Glenn, what do you think of this shot? Yeah, baby. Glenn Meece is a player. Brian Himmler is a player. One more time.
He answered.
Brian Himmler just about took the winds out of his sails. Brian Himmler right here will show you why he is it. Look at this release, folks. Look at the grimace. Yeah, he's looking at his target. Now he's a spectator just like you. 10 in the pit. Ooh!
He knows what that one meant. He maintains the 27-pin lead. We're heading into the 10th.
27-pin lead with only the 10th frame yet to go. This party is over. We've got a new king. Brian Himmler is it today, and he is happy. Yeah, I guess you could call it happy.
And rich.
Yeah, $1,000 at 16 years old, not shabby.
Well, every king's reign has to come to an end, and if you're going to be dethroned, this guy can unseat some dynasties in his day, huh, George?
You got that right. When you're throwing the ball like he is, he's going to finish with a possible 248. So nothing to be ashamed of for Glenn Meece losing this match.
232 is his potential, but again, with not having a chance to win, I'm not sure you're going to see the maxed out shot that you normally see out of Glenn Meece. But I tell you what, Brian Himmler's got a lot to be proud of. He jumped up there and he took the kingship away. Glenn Meece is going to finish out in true style, though.
He certainly is. He can finish with a 232, as you said, Dave, and that won't be enough, and that's nothing to be ashamed of by any means. Glenn Meece does his bowling at Del Fair, and our new king, Brian Himmler, you'll see him at Kingpin, Western Bowl, and Fairfield.
If you're going to leave a stone 8 and then a second ball in the 10th frame, you might as well do it when you're already in the bag.
Exactly.
Glenn's going to go on. He's bowling in the U.S. Open in a couple of weeks. We wish him a lot of good luck there. Brian Himmler, our new king, we wish him a lot of luck in maintaining the high levels of standard that we've come to know as kingship, huh? George, there you sit. Yeah, look at that. Great sportsmanship. Brian Himmler, a true champion, 248, defending, or not defending, but taking the title away from Glenn Meece, 221. Stay tuned. Ooh, stay right around. We'll be right back.
It all up, as you can see, the gang's all here. Our new champion, Brian Himmler, and our four-time king, former king now, I guess, Glenn Meece. Jen?
Glenn, you bowled super. 4 weeks on TV. How did it feel your first appearance?
I was pretty nervous today. Bowling Brian, he's a great bowler, and we've been bowling for a long time together.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to have a tough match, and I really didn't make a good move until about the 5th frame, and Brian didn't let up, and he just bowled great.
Do you think the rivalry was a factor?
No, we've always bowled well together, and, I want to beat him, of course, but, it's best man wins.
Well, still got $500 for you. That's got to make the hurt go away a little.
Yeah, that's all right. Thanks.
A great champion 4 weeks in a row, but unseated by an unprecedented bowler, Brian Himmler, cashing for $1,000. Let's get this out of the way, Brian. That's incidental, right? Congratulations. But, yeah, really. But you had it just 702, just over 20-some strikes in your 3 matches today. How'd you feel about it?
Well, my timing was real good today, getting into the line, and I had a decent ball reaction and just making good shots all game. Getting ahead early gives you a lot of confidence going into the other game.
Speaking of good shots, here's one up now. What are you thinking about right now?
Just to mainly get the ball down the lane, because the last game the lane started hooking a little earlier, and I made a move right to go a little straighter on the lane, and it worked out great.
Well, a great bowler you are, and I tell you, Brian, you earned the title, taking it with 702. There you see it, the little victory slap. A great champion, the kind of bowling that Greater Cincinnati has come to know as routine on Sundays, Channel 5 at noon. And George, I'm telling you, we've got a lot of people that are coming out week after week trying to qualify for the show. This is your first year with us, and what do you think of these young guys? What do you think?
I can't believe it. 16 years old, 19 years old, a couple of young bucks that I couldn't touch. I know that. I mean, when I was 16 years old, I'm hoping for 150s, you know. I'm not looking at 250s like these guys.
That's exactly right. It's a great sport, and it's something that we've all come to know and love. And Cincinnati, you're the greatest. We got a king that's just been dethroned, and Brian Himmler. Long live the king. And George, might as well wrap it up for today, but we appreciate you guys tuning in.
One thing, $1,000 and you're 16 years old. What, a new car or what?
No, right into the saving accounts with the other check.
You pick up many more, that savings account's going to look pretty good in a couple of years. Well, that'll just about do it from here. Join us again next week for the BPA King of TV Bowling.